All right, welcome everyone to the ESL Pro Series with game number 3 between Velocity Esports and Cloud9. I am PanderNyrl here with CrusaderKittten, and this is going to be an absolutely amazing game. And it looks like we're going to see Kha'Zix first picked right through the picks and ban phases.
Yeah, bans coming out here. Draven, Elise, and a Rumble coming out from Cloud9 once again. Draven and Elise. Draven played by frommaplestreet. Cris playing Elise. Also, the Rumble being banned out. We saw Vileroze, absolutely great gameplay coming out on that Rumble last game, so they should have banned that one out. Rise to Fate and Jace being banned out from Velocity Esports. We saw that Rise ban, I think, throughout possibly the whole series. Still not too sure why. Most likely a targeted ban there. Twisted Fate also just to take out that global presence, and Jace, because Sneaky Caster played a dominating game as Jace in the first game of the series. However, this is the third game, so the winner of this decides the winner of the match. And Cloud9 is trying to defend their undefeated streak so far in the ESL Pro Series. They're 5-0 in all their matches, and that's obviously a really nice record. So these next two picks going to be coming out here are Lee Sin as well as Kennen.
The big difference here is that we do have Yoda in here in place of Mega Zero, so we will likely see him in the jungle with balls likely back up in his signature top lane role, and with Lee Sin and Kennen picked up on the side of Velocity. I'm going to wait to see how they use those two picks. If that's a Kennen mid, or even if they want to go crazy and put Maplestreet on Kennen, as we've seen that used a few times to great effect.
Yeah, definitely this Malphite being covered over. This could be, obviously Malphite just solo Q stomp is so easy to play here. So it'll be interesting to see how it goes because, you know, as Malphite, basically what you do is you just ulti into 5 people and you win the whole game. So I guess we'll be seeing if the hit is picked up here because not too sure what YoDaTV really wants to go for. He is new to this whole series. It's another sub coming in here. Mega Zero had to leave, they said, in the game lobby. So we're going to be seeing Ezreal as well as Thresh. I think Thresh has had 100% pick rate so far in the series, right? Picked in all 3 games?
I believe so. Surprised he hasn't been banned out, but we do get to see the Ezreal again. And Ezreal played pretty well in that game. He just never really got going after that first real death in the bottom lane. He did well, but he never got to that snowball level, which you really love to see the blue Ezreals get. And with Thresh on his side again, it should be a really good matchup in this bottom lane that hopefully he can do a little better in. But we do see Cris picking up that Renekton, and we're going to see that up top, another strong champion that should be able to split push fairly well and dominate whoever he's up against, as we aren't sure, and it is the Nami pickup. We saw some great Nami play earlier in the week, and let's hope to see some more.
Yeah, can you remember who Nami was played by? I do remember seeing this Nami, however. Was Evaniskus playing Nami?
It might have been. I don't remember off the top of my head. I have to go check real quick.
Okay, well, Nami's just really strong. It's something that people don't realize. Nami's a really strong support. She wasn't played too much. She played a little bit on release, but like the Aqua Prisons are really hard to land. But Aqua Prisons, if you can land them, is such a strong landing tool. Anyways, these next 2 picks coming out here, gonna be this Jarvan as well as a Vladimir. So 2 champions you haven't seen so far. Or I guess 3 in the whole lobby here. But Jarvan and Vladimir, so definitely interesting champions to see it picked up here. Jarvan being a really effective jungler. He has a Cataclysm for he could like block out Kennen, you can block out Renekton, or you can like stop people from getting over 2 balls on Ezreal, or no, not 2 balls on Ezreal, from Sneaky Caster on Ezreal. But he also is high impact, has good early game damage. He has that knock up really early, and he's a really nice champion to have. Also Vladimir, strong team fight potential with his Hemo Plague, but Karthus is being picked up here, so that's seen a lot in team play. He has obviously great global ultimate that does massive amounts of damage. He's in team fights. He just goes straight into the team, gets a passive proc, uses Requiem, has a lot of damage coming out.
And the big thing here, though, is Maplestreet will be on Kennen most likely, unless they want to do something really crazy. But a Nami Kennen lane means absolutely ridiculous stuns, and that lane is going to be a real mess. And it's going to be an even bigger treat to watch, as they have Kennen to set up the Aqua Prison from Nami, and that could easily net them a quick kill. And I haven't seen Maplestreet play much Kennen as of late, even though it is a fairly popular champion in the Asian scene to play as an AD carry. and he's been picking up a lot of steam as a top laner and mid laner for his AP roles. But this time it looks to be an AD Kennen, and let's see how well he does on that champion.
Yep, so going into 3-minute Spectre delay can take down the Summoner blockers. Once again, seeing Evaniskus, I think he ran the heal the last game. I think he went on Sona. Like the first game he ran. Oh no, wait, no. Cloud9 won the first game.
It was
Cloud9 won the first game.
Yeah,
LemonNation on Sona had the heal. Okay, but now Nami has a heal. And this might be something that they prefer, like the passive supporters going for the heals, because both of these times where these two supports have played those passive supports, both with heals, they have gone with the heal summoner spell, so maybe that's something they prefer.
It's definitely going to be interesting to see how that works out. It's likely going to be a bit of a bait build, as Kennen has the barrier. They have 2 heals from Evaniskus, and they should be able to bait out a bad fight from Sneaky Castro and LemonNation, assuming the Ignite doesn't get used early enough that those heals are really negated. We're also going to be seeing how well that Yoda does on Jarvan. He loves playing Jarvan, as I believe most junglers do at this point, and he has some good lanes to gank for. Bottom lane with Sneaky Castro and LemonNation is an easy setup for a quick kill. Same thing with High on Kha'Zix. He can easily gank that lane. He can easily set up some kills. But the problem is he won't be able to gank for Vladimir very much, as Balls is basically going to be left on an island in order to sit around, split push, get to late game, and then throw out the big wombo combo with all of those ultimates on top of each other.
Yeah, and just, oh man, AD Kennen, that's so Season 2. Have not seen that in a long time. We've been seeing Kennen go top lane, but now it's AD Kennen. This is definitely going to be a match to see. Velocity Esports, they really want to take out this undefeated team of Cloud9. Just Cloud9 looking so strong so far, 5-0 in matches. I'm saying things I said before in Champion Select. But just at the stretch of Cloud9, they have had such dominating gameplay. The first game they absolutely dominated. Second game obviously did not go in their favor, but both of these games are really both of these teams just snowballing off of early kills that they were able to get.
And that's basically going to be my prediction for the game. Whoever gets those first early 2 kills, like we've seen in basically every single one of these games, is going to win the match pretty handily. As it's really snowballed that lane, it means the jungler doesn't have to help you, and you can focus on the other lanes instead of trying to help you recover from that one lane that got really beaten down with the early kills.
Yep, so we're on these last few seconds. We will go into a 30-second commercial break. Don't go anywhere. Please turn off your ads block. You won't be missing anything at all. This is going to be Game 3 of the NESL Pro Series between Velocity Esports and Cloud9 Gaming. Don't go anywhere. Please turn off ad block, ad break. Yay.
All right, and we are back from that quick little ad break as we do get into the game. It should be an absolutely amazing game from both Cloud9 and Velocity, which will both be featured in the LCS in just a few weeks, and it looks like we are going to be seeing some really cool skins, especially that Arctic Ops Kennen.
Oh yeah, definitely. This is a great skin coming out here. It's 5 versus 4. LemonNation letting me down, man. I really like the Nautilus skin. Anyways, we're into the game here as a champion select just goes by so quickly. Obviously, very nicely. Obviously, because these players probably have better computers than people like in GoFull, where they take forever to load in. So, items being picked up here, mostly standard items coming off. It looks like 42 on Kha'Zix for the early game damage. Cloud9 coming off on this Vladimir is looking to go against Renekton, I'm assuming here, but we are seeing the group of the ward gonna be throwing them up. Aqua Prison out to 2 people. They're gonna be jumping right to high. The first one coming out. Eking picking up that one, and now YoDaTV will have to run out of there. That Aqua Prison actually catching them off. I'm really not too sure why Cloud9 didn't move away when that ward was placed.
They were just caught off guard. They didn't think they were going to be seen. And it looks like I have the bug real quick, so I'm going to restart, and we can start back at 1 minute in just a quick second.
Oh.
It's a really annoying bug. I do apologize for it. But it looks like it is going to be Velocity picking up the first blood. They are able to snowball this game. As we've seen, the first blood winner has basically dominated the entire game, and it will be Velocity taking it. What do you think they're going to be doing in terms of lanes as we do see that first blood being taken and the team's going to be going into the laning phase?
Well, Renekton in general is a pretty strong 1v2 laner. We might be seeing a bit of a lane swap coming off just because, you know, obviously laning against Thresh is something you really do not want to do. They might have to be careful of that coming out there. Also, they might want to be putting the AD Kennen somewhere where the AD Kennen can't thrive. Although I suppose we'll have to see how it plays out. What do you think about the lane swaps if it happens?
I think we're gonna. Okay, let me see here. I'm gonna flip back to the 1 minute mark and. Okay, and go for it.
No, I'm not ready.
Oh, you're not ready? Okay.
Yeah, I'm at 101. I'm at 101.
Okay, let's go for it.
101?
Yep.
Okay, I'm at 102, 103, 104, 104.
Yep, give or take.
Okay. Okay.
And it looks like they are going to actually go back, pick up some items really quick, and then they're going to go out. It's a good decision to pick up the items early, as Lee Sin did pick up that first blood, and it looks to be picking up that Madrid's Razor. So he's going to start off with an amazing early game jungle, and with that early game jungle, they'll be able to rotate around the map, pick up the lot of farm, so Lee Sin isn't behind like we saw the Lee Sin in the first game.
Yeah. And just obviously when you get early kills on Lee Sin, you're going to absolutely snowball because he's such a strong early game champion. He's going to have an amazing jungle clear now with those Madrid's Razors. And it's just nice to have a jungler and pick up that first love because you have the second tier item that you can pick up. So it looks like we are seeing this lane swap from frommaplestreet and Evaniskus is going to be going up top lane against balls on that Vladimir here. It looks like middle lane. Vileroze has his exhaust high flashing on in to get the kill. The ignite going down. This should be able to break through the pot. Will it be able to? Oh my god, no, will not. The pot too strong there. That red potion.
Okay, we're going to have to restart again. Looks like there is a bit of an error on my side. I do apologize for that. I'll see if I can get that fixed real quick.
I'm paused at 215.
Okay, 215. We'll restart there in just 1 second. I apologize for the bit of an error. Not sure exactly what it is. It happens really randomly. But we will get back to this game in just 1 second. I have deeply apologized for the kind of black screen stuff. It's just something with Riot's client that I do not know how to fix, but we should be good to go, hopefully after this restart.
Yeah, it's just really, really unfortunate. Apologies, everybody. However, if you won't miss anything, we are pausing on our side, so just be a little bit delayed, I suppose, with the results of this game.
Yeah, and it looks like we should be back in the game in just 1 second. And I'm kind of surprised Karthus lived there. It would look like High could have actually pursued further if he wanted to, but instead he plays it very safe, not wanting to really lose anything off that last gank. And it's a risk he had to take, as it is pretty annoying.
Yeah.
Especially to miss a kill by just that much. And let's see, the earliest I can get is 3 minutes right on the dot.
Oh, well, I will go ahead and get over to 3 minutes and then...
Yep. Apologies for that, as that is just an annoying summoner bug. Or a bug with the game. The black screen, I've not found a fix for it yet, and go for it.
I'm at 304, so tell me when to go.
Go for it. And that should be that. Yep. As it looks like everything is back.
I'm at 2 times speed. What am I doing? Oh my gosh, I'm at 313.
Okay. Yep, go for it. There we go. And it looks like we are going to see a gank in this bottom lane. As Cris is in a lot of trouble, as everyone is rotating down here. As Sneaky Castro is just trying to bait this out, and it's going to look to be really good.
Wow, Sneaky Castro picks up by himself. Cris going a little bit too far forward there. It actually just gets burned down. So that's why you go aggressive summoning spells, guys. Sneaky Castro, obviously, he really enjoys going those aggressive summoner spells. I think he's picked up quite a few. He's picked up ignites pretty much all game or all match.
I like the decision for Cris to not actually back up there. He must have realized something was going on if they were going to dive like that with Sneaky Castro. So he just gave up the kill. He didn't give up any assists. That bonus gold is really important.
Top lane NK Inc. is behind here, seeing if he can go for the dive. Balls does have that sanguine pool, so he can get out of a little bit of a messy situation if he needs to. However, it's gonna be pretty hard for him to get out of this. And looks like he's gonna go ahead and go back. Actually, I guess sensing something is happening. But this towers was likely to be going down to be 1-for-1 in towers. And actually, wow, they picked up an early dragon for Cloud9.
I like the decision to go for dragon there. They lose the top tower for it, but they did pick up the bottom tower as well. And with that, they do have a small gold lead on the side of Cloud9. It's not huge. The big thing is Vladimir's going to get a lot of farm in this top lane, and he's going to get it fairly uncontested, as I expect to see Nami and Kennen rotate down to the bottom lane and try and find some farm there and at least contest Sneaky Castro and LemonNation.
Yeah, so looks like, wow, early 42 pod coming out from frommaplestreet. It's a nice time on Kennen just because he's a little bit of a short range. So, he's able to get that healthy extra AD if he wants to go for a kill there. Something like that. But they are sending a lot of people in mid lane. Looks like frommaplestreet as well as Evaniskus are heading down, and now they're heading up through the jungle.
Yeah, they really want to find something on the side of Velocity, as they do have that. They did pick up first blood. They lost the kill out down bottom. And I'm kind of surprised we're seeing maplestreet spend this much time rotating around, as he loves to sit in lanes, farm, and then just get really big for those mid-game team fights. He's not the type to rotate around the map this much. He's usually much more about staying in that lane, but I guess they want to really shut down high. And with 3 members in the mid lane for each team, it's going to be interesting to see if they can get a kill.
Yeah, just a lot of people coming up on this mid lane. Looks like both of these teams trying to get one of those, get an early lead here, because it's pretty much even. A little bit difference in the gold count, not too big, but towers even, kills are even. They're definitely trying to get something here, because we've been seeing a trend where the early lead is like the winner of the game here. So we're having Sneaky Castro down bottom lane, solo pushing, as we have YoDaTV and LemonNation over in mid lane. Looks like High is actually heading down to bottom lane. Same thing for Vileroze. This is really interesting with all these lane swaps.
I'm still surprised that they're rotating around so much. It doesn't feel like a maplestreet game where he just kind of farms, but it's working out so far. As Sneaky Castro is down a little bit in terms of minion farm, he's bought a lot of space for Karthus to actually get farm in this bottom lane, and I think they really want to get Vileroze to level 6 quickly. He was shut down fairly hard in the mid lane by High's Kha'Zix, and with this huge minion wave on the bottom, he's going to be level 6 off of it. And I don't think there's any way you can really contest it this far into the enemy team's lane.
Yeah, so top lane we're actually seeing Cris really pushing up this top lane. It's a pretty big mini wave for him. Also trying to do the best he can. They actually both have hit level 6. YoDaTV coming up, not too sure you can do too much here. Meanwhile, mid lane, Destin's not going to hit there. They're pretty much going to be training it off in this middle lane. We're seeing, actually the stun's coming off, so Sneaky Castro takes some damage because of that. Actually, the heal coming off. This is two-shot barrage barely being used for that ignite, as well as that 42 potion. Almost went down there. Huge damage coming out of Sneaky and LemonNation. The flay off, so just such a nice tool there. But now Cris is coming in here, pops up to it, and splashing it. It has the slice and dice. Going in for Sneaky. The ignite is taking down. Not too sure we'll be able to pick up the kill though. And King has joined the fight, as well as YoDaTV, and just they're really going so aggressive right now.
So close yet again. And in this bottom lane, this has actually bought space for High to push Karthus out of lane. So Vileroze was not level 6. If High didn't rotate down there, we would have seen Vileroze level 6 and been able to turn that fight around and pick up those 2 kills on Ezreal and Thresh. And with this, I'm not sure what Karthus is going to be able to do. High has just hit level 6, but he feels like he's already out of the game. Vileroze just having no opportunity to farm, and it's really showing considering how far he's behind.
Top lane Balls in trouble, has to flash away from that one. Oh, there's a Sanguine Pool being used. Have they still chasing after him? They have a little bit more movement speed than he does, because he does not have boots up. So Cris is still chasing out onto him. Requiem actually coming out from Karthus. There's a stun going off, and there's Cris picking up the kill. 2 assists coming out from that one. So another kill coming out for Velocity Esports. Cris picking that one up. They'll be coming back after that little bit of a derpy death down at bottom lane.
He needs this kill really badly so he can snowball and become the tanky force for his team, as I don't foresee Lee Sin going that tanky build we saw in the last game. This time he has picked up the Sightstone, which I really love as an item on Lee Sin, And it looks like Jarvan actually juking around and saving this top tower, but it looks like we're going to see Renekton move towards this mid lane along with NK Inc.
Spirit of the Elder Lizard being picked up on the Ezreal. Jeez, the burn coming onto Vileroze took him down to 20 health. Really scared by Cris and NK Inc are down here. Another kill for Cris, taking that one out into Sneaky, just coming right around and picking up that kill. I don't think Sneaky was expecting that at all. And there's so much roaming and lane swaps going around. Like bottom lane, they switched. Vileroze is now, I'm actually not too sure where Vileroze has been. Oh, he was mid lane. And it looks like frommaplestreet is now down bottom lane versus high. And they're just switching up all these lanes.
I think they're trying to switch it up just to keep this Karthus from getting farm. Vileroze is only at 52 CS. He's going a super mana build, so he's not going to have the ability power he really needs to go forward. And if he can't get farmed up enough, their window for Cloud9 to really snowball this game just extends further and further. And High has really picked up his farm. He is about the lead farmer in the game, sitting in the mid 70s. And he is going to be able to basically stack that tier for free, possibly even steal additional blue buffs. And as Dragon has respawned, we're going to see them take it for free on the side of Cloud9.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be a free Dragon for them. The thing is with Kha'Zix, oh wow, I just bit myself. But, oh actually, mid lane ball's coming again onto Vileroze, gets exhausted, two-shot barrage comes across though. Vileroze is taken down. The thing is, with Kha'Zix, what we saw this earlier, like earlier in the week where he just farmed up the lanes, but he had almost no effect there with that, just because he wasn't able to get the extra goal from kills and things like that. So mid lane, another kill coming out, Vileroze being taken out. They're going to be pushing in for another tower here. Aqua Prison coming up. There is the Q coming out from NK. He's going to be going in for this one. It is exhausted and knocked up. Meanwhile, Evaniskus said, oh, there is Cris accidentally leaving the game, and then the immediate pause coming out.
Definitely the perfect time to actually pause it.
Yep.
Because he was going to be really needed in that fight, and if he doesn't get in that fight, it is going to basically be over for Velocity, as it looks like Evaniskus is going to go down here, and I'm not sure if Sneaky's going to be able to get away, and because it is a very hard fight for Velocity at this point. They're just a little caught out, and Cloud9 is doing an excellent job of being a tanky, annoying menace this game. And I really think this is Cloud9's game to lose at this point. They have the momentum going forward. Their team isn't as good late game, but still incredibly powerful. And I think we're going to see them really push these objectives in the mid and bottom lane, get those two towers, and make sure that Karthus never gets a blue buff, that he never sees the light of day, and that he's basically a walking spirit throughout the entire game.
Oh man, this they said it in chat, this fight is going to be interesting indeed. Looks like, just looking at the freeze frame here, NK Inc is pretty low. Same thing for Evaniskus. Cris is going to be coming in the back. He's probably going to be wrecking some face. LemonNation pretty much forward here. He's about half health. Balls is pretty low. I'm not too sure if he has Sanguine pull up or not. I can't click on him to tell. But just looking over at the freeze frame of this fight, how do you think this one is going to play out?
It's all going to be up to Cris when he comes back. If he comes back in good shape, I think he can clean up a kill or two. But if he doesn't come back and he doesn't play this fight perfectly, it's going to be a huge win for Cloud9, as they have the advantage all around that fight. And Cloud9 Velocity just overextending a little bit, and it's really catching them off guard.
Yep, and geez, this is gonna be a very nice team fight. Looking down at bottom lane, we're just seeing the pushing come out of high here. Could possibly go aggressive onto frommaplestreet. I believe we'll see how this one goes, but pretty much the winner of this team fight, do you think it'll be this, like, whoever wins this team fight will be snowballing?
Oh, most definitely. Cloud9 looks to win this team fight, and if they can win this team fight without losing someone like Sneaky Castro or Yoda, they should be able to easily push down that mid tier 2, possibly even rotate down bottom to pick up the tier 2. As Maplestreet is not in the best position up against High, as High has been constantly pressuring him and just kind of forcing him to sit at that tower and farm. And when he can't get to these fights, it's really hurting Velocity, as Maplestreet is probably their strongest player in my opinion. And if he can, and he's not getting going this game. They really need him to get going. He has good farm, but it's not that important if you're not involved in these fights.
Yeah, definitely, and just such a strong champion right there. So Also, it looks like let's just go ahead and look over at item build since it seems we're going to be having quite some time on our hands here. Looks like cunning guys on Vladimir, pretty standard. Gets health, gets the extra magic penetration. Not too surprising at all. Looks like Cris on Renekton. Last time we saw him, he rushed off with the Lock of the Iron Sky. Looks like he's going for a little bit more personal tankiness with that Giant's Belt so far. Hasn't rushed off with that Lock of the Iron Sky just yet. Standing on to this Lee Sin. He has a Vision Ward to help his team out there. YoDaTV on Jarvan with the Spirit Stone. What do you think he's going to be building? Is he going to be like building the Spirit of the Ancient Golem?
I think he's going to have to go Ancient Golem. He's going to be their tank. He's going to be their initiator. He's going to basically determine the pace of this game at this point. And if Yoda can continually get good pickoffs with his flag combo and not have to use his ultimate until he can save it, or until he can save his ultimate for someone like MapleStreet or even Evaniskus once they pop their ultimates, he should be able to protect his team perfectly. But if he's forced to burn his ultimate early, or possibly even trapping his team in the ultimate, it's going to become really painful, because if you get Vileroze sitting in the middle of your team while you're in that Jarvan Cataclysm, it really turns out poorly no matter what.
Yeah, and also, let's see, looks like Catalyst and Tear the Goddesses on both these quote mid laners quote, because people have been switching around here. Looks like what, obviously Blazer and King going to be coming out on Kennen here. He could potentially go for the Hextech Gunblade. That'd be pretty interesting build for him, I think. Blue Ezreal coming off. We do see Evaniskus deciding to go for that gold per 5 before finishing up the sight zone. So what do you think of that?
I think he needs the gold per 5 to keep up, as Nami really requires an item or two to get tanky enough. She's like Sona in the fact that she's incredibly weak and soft without items. But once you get that tankiness where you can survive in the fights, you can use your cooldown several times over, she becomes really strong, and the Philosopher's Stone will let her get to that point and give her team a few extra heals, as she is fairly mana intensive as well.
Yeah, definitely. So I'm thinking about like how these late game team fights will go. Obviously we're looking over at the side of Velocity Esports. Yeah, obviously Cris is going to be going for the Tiki front line. When we think about from MapleStreet, usually we think about Kennen. He has that ultimate. He goes in straight with the ultimate. Well, this is like a standard top lane or mid lane Kennen. He goes in straight with the ultimate, and then he puts down his eyeglass and he tanks it up. From MapleStreet, do you think he's like most likely going to be seeing that ult being used defensively to peel? Also, because he doesn't really want to go in straight with a team fight with his ultimate. Am I correct?
Yeah, he wants to stay back, but I don't think he's going to actually engage at any team fights anytime soon. Considering how he's building, he looks to be almost a duelist at this point. Going to be doing the kind of split pushing thing and stopping Kha'Zix from dealing with this with just kind of split pushing the entire time. MapleStreet's the only one on his team who can really deal with him at this point, outside of Cris, as Cris is tanky enough to deal with high on Kha'Zix, but he's not strong enough to actually get him killed. They really need to find someone else besides MapleStreet to be able to duel Kha'Zix.
Cris is
and
reconnected.
There we go. And
Oh
back
my
to what I was
gosh.
saying, is MapleStreet really need to find someone on Velocity who can deal with Kha'Zix, or this is going to be a very short game with High just split pushing and taking easy 4v4s on the side of Cloud9.
Yeah, so just looking at this fight, hopefully we'll be having Cris just go in there. Does he have dominance? He does have I think he just used it actually. But players resumed here. He's gonna be charging on into this one. Sneaky able to pick up Evaniskus. YoDaTV putting down the ultimate onto Enking. He was able to get out of that one. Now Cris is trying to get on into here, but he's taking so much damage. Now he's trying to run away, and now he's taking out EQ combo from YoDaTV. Tactical pause. Evaniskus stays in all chat. Meanwhile, looks like from MapleStreet and High trading it off, but the Ignite goes out to from MapleStreet, but the Baron comes out from MapleStreet, but High is taking some hits from the tower, but the minion wave is coming in here. Won't be enough to finish it off. He has that health potions running. Really close fight for MapleStreet here. Really ballsy of him.
It's an excellent play by MapleStreet to remember to pop those potions during team fights. A lot of times you'll see players pop them kind of towards the end, but he popped that at the beginning of the fight, so he got an extra probably 50 to 60 HP, and he lived with even less than that.
Yep, so that team fight coming out in favor of Cloud9 there. 43 now, and looks like there could be poisoning up for a Baron or Dragon, or just you know, putting out the wards and whatnot around Evaniskus, just coming around. Still does not have that sight still just yet, and wow, LemonNation going for the mobility boots.
Love the decision on Thresh. It'll allow him to initiate from a long range, and it will allow him to easily find those hooks. As if you don't have the mobility boots or swiftness boots, it becomes really easy to just run around, dodge that hook, and then be forced to kind of sit there as you don't get in there with a hook. It's hard.
And gonna be running on into each other. Sorry for interrupting you, but looks like YoDaTV also running into a few members of Velocity Esports, just uses the EQ combo to get out of there. Meanwhile, down bottom lane, Evaniskus and frommaplestreet pushing up to the tower. Sneaky is in here. Uses his arcane shift to get on into there, clear out those minion waves. This tower doesn't take too much damage, thankfully for him. So we're seeing a few more items going to be coming in. We see Blasting Wand coming out of Vladimir. We also see Cloud9. Do you think he's going to be building? Well, on the way bottom lane. Oh, the tower coming out from Nami, flashing away, but Sneaky still gets hit by it. But they do not engage out onto that one, because they are aware of 3 people actually heading down to the general direction in bottom lane. YoDaTV getting onto Cris, putting out the EQ combo. Cris flashing over the wall to get out of that one. There's no tower here to protect him though. He's going to be using Davos. Here goes a Requiem coming out of Karthus. Ultimate being used by frommaplestreet. He's today's capture high. YoDaTV puts down a Cataclysm onto him. Now they're chasing after Evaniskus. He's super low. Will be taken out. Looks like who's going to be able to pick up the kill? LemonNation picks that one up.
And this is looking really bad for Velocity. They're just constantly losing people here and there.
YoDaTV and nothing happens. And they just, YoDaTV just walks away from that one. On the bottom lane, looks like there's the push that is coming up very, very soon.
And they really have to get a good push here on the side of Cloud9. If they can get a good push right now, they can really secure this game. They don't want to have this game go late and have to deal with the power of Karthus and Kennen, and even Renekton jumping in there and just disrupting these fights. If they can make a good fight happen, or a good push here happen on the side of Cloud9, they could take this game fairly easily and secure objectives like the Dragon, like the rest of the boss, but it's going to be hard.
Well, there's another pause, and it was actually Cris initiating that one, so I'm going to assume it's him again that is a little bit having of internet problems. frommaplestreet saying in all chat, damn Cris, a rip. So a little bit.
Yeah, lots of tactical pausing going on, and
yeah, definitely.
If it's Cris again, he's right in the position where he needs to be, but it's really difficult to say, as he's looking to jump right in there onto Sneaky Castro. They're in a perfect position to engage this fight, and I don't see any wards in the area, so I don't think Cloud9 knows it's coming.
Yeah, and this definitely could be very, very nice, because you do have 4 people closing in on to the 3 people here for Cloud9. Definitely something that Velocity needs to. I mean, they really want to take out this undefeated team. That's like the highest honor you can get, taking out an undefeated team. Cris quitting out. Hopefully he'll come back in once he gets his internet sorted out, because this is definitely going to be an issue. And hopefully it's not going to be another like 10-minute pause coming in here.
Well, we can only hope, but who knows at this point. Just so let's put in a fund to actually get Cris some internet and make sure that he can stay connected to all these games.
Make a Kickstarter.
Yeah, we'll get a Kickstarter for Chris's internet. That's definitely the way to go. But it looks like it's a short pause.
Oh, thank God. I'm very glad. Thank you, League, for being nice. At least I hope. Hopefully. And I got baited there. So, looking around the items, it's like Rod of Ages. Is this a late Rod of Ages, do you think, for Karthus? He has a Blasting Wand.
He has to go for it at this point.
Yeah.
He's basically going to be waiting for late game, as he's not had the best early game start. He's been bullied around by highest Kha'Zix the entire time, and it's getting to the point where he's just too far behind to get in these team fights at the moment. He has to sit back, pick up the Rod of Ages, pick up one more item, and then he can start going in there, because at this point I think he's just going to be bursted down by the combo of Jarvan and High jumping on top of him, and he's going to be out of the fight in a bad position and basically be an ultimate. And considering his level, his ultimate's a ridiculously long cooldown.
Yeah, definitely. They have to be very, very careful of that. And now they go into team fights using that. So looks like that's where Alien should go and finished off for that Jarvan YoDaTV. So is that going to be that Ruby Crystal there? Is that going to be Lock of the Iron or Aegis of the Legion?
Considering I don't see Thresh starting either of these items yet, we really can't be sure, but I think it's going to be an Aegis of the Legion. just due to the fact we are going to see Jarvan jumping into the back line where he needs the most magic resistance. Nami's going to be doing some good magic damage on the back line. Kennen's going to be doing some decent magic damage on the back line. And Karthus is going to be doing some good magic damage on the back line as well. And you don't really need armor against those champions, with the exception of Kennen. And with Cris and NK Inc. going to be trying to get onto the back line of Cloud9, you're not going to get the shield on those people. And I think you have enough diving power between Jarvan and Kha'Zix that they don't need that shield. They just need to be able to survive the initial magic damage of Karthus in order to get out, and a runic bulwark would do just that.
And definitely just very useful in tanking and support. Also, the last game we just saw the Lee Sin coming out. We saw a tanky Lee Sin coming in there, rushing there with that runic bulwark. This time they do have that Renekton, however, to be their front line. So do you think we'll see like the more damagey, more exciting Lee Sin being played out here, or just once again we'll be seeing that tankier Lee Sin?
We're going to see a tanky Lee Sin. He might pick up a single damage item later on in the game, but it's mostly going to be tanky, so we can dive on the back line with Renekton and not get bursted down by sneaky casters Ezreal, and can actually work through the CC of Thresh. Okay, unpause. Finally, it looks like the toaster and mouse have been fed.
Cris and the King gonna be going in here, having nicely coming out, but going right out for Sneaky. Exhaust comes through. Sneaky, however, looks like we'll be going down. Cris picking up that kill. So there is the kill. Tactical positive. Too good. And King still trying to chase after LemonNation, but those mobility boots makes him a little bit too fast. So there you go. That's why he bought mobility boots. He was waiting for that moment where it'd be useful for him to run away with those. So looks like we'll be seeing 4 people down at bottom lane for Velocity Esports as they do try to kind of remove a little bit of the goalie that's coming out for Cloud9, especially with the 4 towers to 1. Cloud9 in the favor of towers right now.
And it was a good decision there by Sneaky to just run the opposite direction, let his team survive, as it looks like we're going to see a bit of a dive in this bottom lane as Nami throws out her ultimate.
Yeah, and there's a tower hitting on to high. There's also a nice awkward prison before that. From she's trying to get on into there. However, High looks like should be able to get away from that one. Now turning over to YoDaTV. Not only a little bit not taking enough. Kha'Zix does come down. The Aqua Prison misses because he flashes out of that one. NK gets super low. Cris is as well. He gets taken out. Dustin is out there from Maple Street is in trouble. Looks like he will be going down. Sneaky picks up the kill. And now they're chasing after Evaniskus. The flay did come out. This is going to be a dead Evaniskus here, and High picks up the kill.
Excellent play overall on the side of Cloud9. It was just a big overextension. We see a fight up top, and Vileroze goes down. Vladimir just way too strong. He popped his full combo, and with Karthus this far behind and not having any damage, he can't trade with Vladimir. And Balls is just going to continue to push this lane and build the lead for Cloud9.
Just Cloud9 looking so strong, and I just realized he needs to be up to live. And looks like they're going to be having a 4-man push up onto this mid lane. And they should be able to pick up this tower pretty easily, but a few of them are at half health. At least 2 of them are at half health. Looks like Cris can be coming in there, putting out some damage, puts out the stun to Balls, who does take tower aggro, and then there's Zedman's going out the front of the street. Box was used, but there's the ultimate. High is getting a little bit too close, and they will not be able to take out Cris, who was super low. Evaniskus picking up the kill onto him. And looks like Sneaky, nope, Arcane Shift to get out of there. Ezreal has a lot of mobility, and also there's a Dragon, so might be seeing that attempt coming in soon. But overall, nicely done by Cris. They're able to get in and pick up a kill with his team and to get out of there. He had very, very low health.
Thresh has picked up an Oracles and has used it, but he's not going to be able to use it to secure this Dragon. Jarvan is just way too low. Same thing with LemonNation. They just aren't tanky enough to get in there when they're sitting at about half health. They're going to do some good job poking, but I don't think they're going to be able to steal this, and it is a much-needed Dragon. But no, it's actually stolen by Jarvan.
Oh yeah, he's able to get in there, but he will be going down. But overall, getting global goal for his team is very, very nice. LemonNation flashing out of the tidal wave. That is such a long-range ability. Nicely done by him to get out of that one. So that Dragon being stolen away, really, really well done by Yoda. Just able to get his team even more global gold. His team is really ahead in the gold count, about 6,000 gold ahead. Might be changing as they're pushing out onto this bottom lane tower. It is sort of low, but High is going to be jumping in, absolutely bursting down Vileroze from Maple Street. Sneaky has joined up here, has a rebel to put out the slows. Mystic shots are going to land. Vileroze is for sure going to be going down there, hyping up another kill. And we're talking about how Kha'Zix doesn't even get that much, or doesn't have that much effect when he's just farming, but he's now getting kills. Now jumping on the front middle street, picking up the double kill. He's absolutely bursting people down there with that last Whisper.
Yeah, he's done a good job of farming, and this is the kind of farming you can do. When he split pushed the entire game, he forced MapleStreet down to that bottom lane for most of the time, and there was just no real effect from MapleStreet, and he's the real big carry on Velocity. But when he's stuck in the bottom lane 1v1ing high the entire time, it just becomes a real miserable game, and Velocity hasn't been able to find their stride at this point.
Yeah, and up at top lane, trades coming off from Cris and Balls here. Looks like Balls wants to go into this tower. Probably not the smartest idea. It took about 3 tower shots, but actually Cris wants to go aggressive. Facing less damage, Ignite to go up, but flash over the wall. Cris picks up the kill, and he has the double stun coming off. Requiem, random Requiem, but now they're chasing after LemonNation. Aqua barely missing there. And a bit of a random Requiem, I think, was going for Balls there. Not able to get anything. Tower Wave coming across, they're hitting Sneaky as well as LemonNation. They're still chasing after LemonNation, but Sneaky is big. He's doing a lot of damage. Picks up the kill out to Egg King. They're chasing after LemonNation. Vileroze picks up the kill, but Balls as well as Yoda is in here. Yoda picks up the kill out to Evaniskus. Balls picks up the kill onto Vileroze, and now from MapleStreet is going to be going down. Who's going to be able to pick up this kill? Looks like he's still trying to run away from this one. Sneaky gets in there. Arcade Shift finishes that one off.
Yoda missed his combo up in the top lane, which is the only reason that Balls died up there. But it has been all Cloud9, Kha'Zix and Sneaky Castro really making the plays in this mid game. And it has been an absolute treat to watch Ezreal play at this level. And they're doing an excellent job on Cloud9 overall, rotating around the map, finding these isolated 1v1s where they're significantly stronger and winning the matchups and allowing High to get in these small scrimmages where Kha'Zix really shines.
Yeah, just Kha'Zix so bursty right now. He has cooldown boots. He's going for just these bursty team fights where he just absolutely destroy people. And he's just looking so strong. Goes back. He has a brutalizer. He's building up for that mirror mana. Has the last Twister and now has that 42 pop for the extra burst of damage. And King gonna get the Dissonance in there, putting out the Dark Passage onto Balls, but they do back off. They see from MapleStreet heading up a little bit too far into this jungle here, and they just go ahead and back off. And also, you predicted that Tanky Lee Sin has that Aegis of the Legion.
They really need that extra protection at this point, as High has been able to just jump on this backline the entire time and just obliterate MapleStreet. He just doesn't have any tankiness at this point, outside of the little bit of armor and magic he gets from that lightning rush, and they don't have anyone else tanky either. Karthus is basically walking food at this point, as we've seen in those last few fights. He gets taken out in one good combo from basically anyone, and it's really been an excellent job of Cloud9 stopping Vileroze, and it looks like Thresh is going in.
Maybe not. Tower comes across to disengage, but Cris is behind the team. He's going to get the knockup onto him. He has the ultimate going up, but the Cataclysms are coming up from Jarvan out of the tower. High gets on into there, picks up a kill for himself. Balls as well, picking up Cris. Now High still chasing after, picks up a double kill. Getting the kill onto Egg Cake, and now going for Evaniskus. Sneaky Castro picking that one up from MapleStreet is the only one left alive. Actually, GG's coming out, and oh, the surrender vote's coming off as well. And Cloud9 gonna be undefeated still in EPS. They win this matchup against Velocity Esports.
Excellent game overall from both teams, but Cloud9 just forced those 1v1 engagements all the time that Kha'Zix favors, and Kha'Zix snowballed and does what Kha'Zix does. That was an excellent game from everyone. Thank you all for watching. This is the EPS, the ESL Pro Series, sponsored by the ESL and the NESL. We have a bunch of more matches coming on throughout the upcoming week, so please like the channel or follow the channel in Twitch. You can see our website at nationalesl.com, I believe, or we'll get the link for that in a second.
I'll be throwing it down into chat, nationalesl.com. Also at Facebook, facebook.com/theesl, twitter.com/ESL. You can follow me, CrusaderKittten, on Twitter at twitter.com/CrusaderKittten. And then I'll be tweeting out when I go ahead and I'm casting things. Same thing for PanderNyrl. Go ahead and throw it on your own Twitter in the chat. Twitter.com/PanderNyrl. You can find out when he's casting. So for NESL, if you want to know when we're casting, go ahead and follow our channel, twitch.tv NESL_LOL. That's the one you should be watching right now if you're listening to me. So go ahead and click the follow button. You can also go to twitch.tv/NESLTV. That's our second stream there. And you can go ahead and follow that stream because tomorrow we're going to be having another EPS game, and it's going to be Velocity Esports, the team we just saw today, against the Salabar, another high-level team. The Salabar, a team we've seen a lot in GoFulls and whatnot. And that's going to be from 12 p.m. That's going to be starting at 12 p.m. PST, so go ahead, tune in onto that. This should be onto this channel. Tomorrow we're also going to be having our weekly GoFulls. Every Sunday we have GoFull EUS and GoFull NA. GoFull EUS starting at 5 a.m., GoFull NA starting at 12 p.m. Both of those times are in PST. So go ahead and follow the social media links. Thank you all for watching. Anything else you'd like to say, Pander?
Other than just thank you for watching, and make sure you follow and tweet about our cast because we love Twitter, and Twitter's awesome at the moment. So thank you very much. We'll play a quick ad break on our way out, but thank you again, and make sure you're back here tomorrow at noon Pacific Standard Time. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for watching Games Cast by PanderNyrl. If you wish to see more, follow my YouTube and Twitch pages below.